Welcome to our fifth episode of our Demystifying AI series.
Great to be back. Today we're looking at something, well, something you probably use almost every day now. Chatbots.
Oh, absolutely. If you've been online, needed support, used certain apps, you've definitely bumped into a chatbot. They seem to be everywhere.
They really are. And maybe you thought, okay, it's a bot. But the material we looked at poses this great question right at the start. Are all chatbots the same?
And the answer, loud and clear from this info, is...
Nope, not even close.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ballgame now compared to just a few years back.
Right. Remember trying to ask something simple, like the example given, where is my order?
Oh, yes. And getting back, maybe, invalid query. Or it only worked if you typed exactly the right phrase, track order status, anything else, like is my package shipped? Total blank stare.
Exactly that feeling. You knew the answer was there, but the bot just couldn't connect your normal way of speaking to its very rigid rules. But now, you can have conversations with some bots that feel, well, almost human. They can brainstorm with you, help write things, explain complicated stuff. It's a massive leap.
It really is. Feels less like an upgrade and more like something fundamentally different is happening.
So what is the difference? How did we get from those frustrating keyword bots to these really fluent conversational agents?
That's what we want to unpack today using this material. It lays out this transformation pretty clearly, grouping them into roughly 3 levels of intelligence.
Okay, let's start there. Level 1, the originals.
Yeah, the rule-based and keyword-matching bots, as the source calls them. These are the oldest type.
The ones that felt like you were navigating a phone menu, but with typing.
Pretty much. They scan your message for specific keywords, find a keyword, trigger a pre-written response. That's it. No real understanding involved.
Like a flowchart, right? You say password, it gives the reset password link. You say anything else, maybe help.
Exactly. The source uses that airline example. You type change flight.
And the bot, if it recognizes change flight, just spits out, please call customer service. End of interaction.
And if you typed, can I fly Monday instead, forget it. Doesn't see the keyword change flight, so it likely just says, sorry, I don't understand.
Super frustrating. But the source does mention some pros for these level 1 bots.
Yeah, they're cheap and fast to set up for really narrow, predictable tasks. Think basic FAQs.
And importantly, they can't really mess up sensitive information, right?
That's a key point, because they only follow pre-written scripts. They physically cannot generate or reveal anything they weren't explicitly programmed with. They stick to the rails.
Makes sense. Limited capability means limited risk in that specific way. But the cons, pretty big.
Oh, yeah. They break easily, feel robotic, no flexibility, no real understanding, just keyword matching.
Okay, so that's the baseline. Things got better, though. Level 2.
Yes, level 2, NLP-powered bots. NLP, meaning natural language processing. This was a big step up.
So they start to actually understand language.
They start to understand the structure and meaning more. They don't just look for keywords. They identify your intent, what you're trying to do.
Ah, like change flight is the intent.
Exactly. And they also pull out entities, the specific details, like dates, names, locations.
Okay, intent is the verb, entity is the noun. Got it.
So back to the airline. I want to change my flight to next Monday. The NLP bot figures out intent, change flight, entity equals date, next Monday.
And because it understands that, it can do more than just say, call us.
Right. It can match that intent and entity to a more helpful, predefined process. Maybe it asks, okay, I can help with changing your flight to next Monday. Is that your outbound or return?
That feels much smarter. It understood, confirmed the detail, asked a relevant question. Still scripted maybe, but way better.
Definitely. The pros: better handling of varied phrasing, extracting useful details, great for customer service within known areas.
But limitations still exist.
Absolutely. They're still stuck within the intents and entities they were trained on. Ask something outside that box, even if related, and they get lost. No improvising.
So train for flights and booking, but ask about baggage fees, and it might just fail.
Probably. It only understands the specific things it was built for.
Okay, so from keywords to understanding intent within limits. Now, level 3. This is the game changer everyone's talking about. Generative AI chatbots.
Totally different approach. These use large language models, LLMs. The key thing, they generate responses.
Generate, as in they write them on the spot, not picking from a list.
Exactly. They've learned patterns from massive amounts of text data. When you talk to them, they create a new, relevant response based on that learned knowledge.
Yeah.
No rigid scripts.
So our airline example again, I want to change my flight to next Monday. What happens now?
The generative AI understands the request, like the level 2 bot, But then it generates a response that sounds much more natural. Something like, sure thing, I can help you look into changing your flight to next Monday. Let me just check the availability for you. Do you want to keep a similar departure time?
Wow, that sounds like talking to a person.
It really can. And they handle follow-ups or changes much better. Like if you said, actually, maybe the 7 a.m. flight if possible. It can adapt and continue the conversation, keeping track of what was said before.
That ability to handle context and curveballs is huge. The pros seem amazing.
Powerful, creative, fluent, handle complexity, sound human.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Drafting emails, summarizing things, explaining concepts.
But there have to be cons, right? The source mentions them.
Big ones. They need way more computing power and data, more testing. And the big one, hallucinations.
Ah, right. Making things up but sounding confident.
Exactly. Since they generate based on patterns, not a factual database, they can sometimes produce plausible-sounding nonsense. Fact-checking is crucial.
A big risk for important stuff.
Definitely. And remember the security point. Level 1 couldn't leak info. With generative AI, it's more complex. They learn from vast data, so there's a potential risk needing careful safeguards that they might generate something sensitive they saw in training. It's a different kind of security challenge.
More power, more complex risks to manage. Got it.
So which level is best?
No single answer, really. The material is clear. It depends entirely on the task, the cost, the acceptable risk.
Simple FAQ. Maybe level 1 or 2 is fine. Even better, maybe. Creative tasks need level 3.
Exactly. The main takeaway isn't just better bots. It's a fundamental transformation. From following rules to recognizing intent to actually reasoning and generating conversation.
And this is just the beginning, apparently.
Seems like it. The implications for, well, everything, education, business, creativity are massive and still unfolding.
So bringing it back to you listening, next time you chat with a bot, think about what might be going on under the hood. Is it just matching keywords? Understanding your requests within limits? Or actually generating that text on the fly? Yeah, you'll have a better sense of the different intelligence levels at play.
And maybe think about this. With this shift from simple rules to complex generation, how might your own interactions with tech change soon? Where might these different AI levels pop up unexpectedly in your work or daily life?
It's definitely something to keep an eye on.